Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to True Talk Tuesday, the weekly show in which we talk about everything factually, truthfully, and that's why it's called True Talk Tuesday. I give a lot of stuff about real estate, and tonight is one of those nights. We're going to talk about real estate. Don't have a special guest tonight because there are so many updates in the world of real estate, and I feel like it's important that we go over them tonight. So, as always, I'm Shalisa Muehlberger. I'm a realtor with S&D Real Estate Services here in Central Florida. I serve everybody, but mostly I am known to be working with first-time homebuyers. Why? Because I was a former English teacher for many years. And a lot of my former students are now buying homes of their own. And so I like to be a part of that process. So I make sure that you get all the knowledge that you need in order to make the decision, because this is a huge decision. So tonight we are going to go over a couple of things. At the very end, we're going to talk about some renovation loans. I learned something new and I am so excited to share it with you. Matter of fact, I am upset at myself that I didn't know this before, because I have a customer that just closed on a house that, man, I wish I would have known this for, right? Because this is what they wanted to do. So we're going to talk about it at the end. But tonight would have been a market night. We would have gone over market numbers. Unfortunately, it is the 14th and it is not the 16th or 17th. 16th or 17th is typically when we have our market numbers come out. Next week, I have a special guest, so we're not going to be able to go through them. So tonight, we're going to talk about what am I seeing live on the ground? What does it look like for both my listings and my buyers? How are things going for both sets of groups? What I've talked about with other realtors, that it's very similar to my own experiences. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Hometown Heroes, because that dropped and there is a lot of money for people to have down payment assistance with. So we're going to talk about how you can be eligible to get some down payment assistance through Hometown Heroes. We're also going to talk about a program that is fairly new. I'll say fairly new. To my understanding, it's fairly new. It is called the Dream Builders program. And we're going to talk about how you can get a loan with less than stellar credit using this program. All right. All right, my lovelies. So if you're here, tell me hi. How you doing? I see people lurking. I see you. I know you're there. You might as well just say hello. All right. All right. So first things first, let's talk about our market. What are we seeing here in the market? I will say, from my listings, when they first get put on the market, we're seeing them really have a lot of activity within the first week. After the first week, activity kind of dies down and it becomes a hit and miss kind of thing. There are some homes that should be selling and are sitting on the market, while a house right next door to it that is identical to it, has the same price as it, is pending within a week. And when we say, excuse me, hiccup, when we say pending, that means that it's under contract, right? So it's a weird market right now. It's a weird market. From the buyer's side, buyers are still getting seller concessions. So this tells me, from my experience, we're still very much in a neutral market. There are some areas, even within one town, one city, that could be doing a little bit better than others. I know that it seems like the homes that are on north side of Lakeland are sitting a little longer than the homes in the south side of Lakeland. The homes in the interior of Lakeland, they're selling pretty quickly. I will say that if you have a home that can get priced between $200 and $350, that is also the homes that are being sold pretty quickly, because those are the homes people can afford. A lot of first-time home buyers right now are on the market. They are looking, but they're looking within that price range. So if you have a house that's in that price range, I say go ahead. Now's your time. Go ahead and sell it, right? If you're wanting to parlay the equity that you have of that into a bigger home, you can do that now too, because the bigger homes that have been sitting on the market for a little bit longer, those sellers are willing to negotiate. So, will I say from my experience and what I'm seeing of the market and what I'm hearing from everybody else, yes, we are still very much in a neutral market, but I will say buyers have a little bit more play than they have had in the past. All right, there's a little bit more going on. It just depends on what you want, though. All right, so that's where we are with the market. As far as new programs and programs that just dropped, Hometown Heroes. If you don't know about Hometown Heroes is a great down payment assistance program. Okay, it is specifically for certain types of employment. Back prior, I think it was like the year after COVID, maybe 2 years after COVID, something like that. There was a time where Florida did open it up to everybody in Florida. If you were a Floridian and you worked here in Florida, you qualified for Hometown Heroes, right? That money went fast that year. That money went real fast. Hometown Heroes, though, the money does go fast. So, Hometown Heroes, what are we looking at? We are looking at mainly, let's see, I think I have it on here. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. I don't know if you can see it, though. I have a list of different occupations that are considered qualified for Hometown Hero funds. All right. So we're looking at nurses, medical technicians. We're looking at medical therapists. Can you spot? Yeah. Okay. There's also a new loan specifically for doctors. So we can talk about that in another show because I don't have my information for that right now. We are talking about mental health workers. They have an opportunity for Hometown Heroes, doctors and physicians, other healthcare workers. Then we get into school staff members. So if you're a teacher, you can get Hometown Heroes money. If you are a para, you can get Hometown Heroes money. All right. We're looking at first responders. So our EMT, firefighters, they are getting Hometown Hero money. Public safety workers are getting Hometown Heroes money. Court employees will get Hometown Heroes money. And guess what? I love this so much for this program, by the way, because a lot of times these people get left out. All right. We have our teachers. We included our teachers, but we are also including our childcare workers because, guys, they're teachers too. All right. They're educators too. I know you look at what they do and they're like, oh, they're just finger painting. I want you to be in a room full of 3-year-olds and try to get them to finger paint all at one time. Go for it and not paint on each other. Those people, Hometown Heroes. Hometown Heroes. I'm telling you right now, heroes. All right. So they deserve money too. So you've got childcare workers that are also Hometown Heroes, and then military and veterans can also get Hometown Heroes Fund. All right. Hometown Hero funds, like I said, goes really, really fast. So if you're in one of those categories and it fits, then you're going to need to see if you can go ahead and get qualified now for a loan. It's already dropped, so there are funds being sent out daily. The longer you wait, the less likely you are to get these funds. There are income limitations to it by county. All right. So if you are looking up here and you find Polk County, the income limitation is $148,000 a year. So your family has to make less than $148,000 a year. Your loan limit, how big of a loan you can get. Now, this all depends on your own individual situations, all right? We've talked about this, though, before on this show. When I have lenders on, they say it every time, right? It's all individual. It's all very personal based. But this is just a guideline. These are just the parameters of it. What is the highest loan that you can get from this program? Highest loan you can get from this program here in Polk County is $541,000. Like that's you're not getting the loan, you're getting the down payment assistance. So your loan has to be less than that, right? Let me take that off the stage. There we go. Take that off the stage. But your Hometown Heroes funds, like I said, if you are fitting within that criteria, I just go ahead and find yourself a lender or call me reach out to me. I'll set you up with a lender and we'll get you set up so that way you can have down payment assistance. I know a lot of you ask me about programs for down payment assistance, and there's a plethora of down payment assistance programs. It depends on what you qualify for. So down payment assistance for my childcare workers, my teachers, my principals, my EMT workers, right? My nurses, my doctors, all of them. Hey, guys, we've got money for you. We just need you to go ahead and get with a lender so you can secure your funds, all right? That's what we need you to do. Now, the other one is so new to me. So new to me. And I'm excited by it. From my understanding of it, it's also new to some lenders, and it's not being given out through all lenders. All lenders don't have access to this program. But it is called, I believe, the Dream Builders program, and it is through HUD. What happens? What happens with this is if you have low credit, and the lowest credit score that they have on their website is 580, right? If you have a 580 and you can't get a regular loan, can't get an FHA loan, this is a way to secure you a loan, all right? You have to have at least 12 months of one account being in good standing, right? But if you have a low credit score, you can get that. Now, if it's lower than 580, they are willing to review it as a case to case basis. So they'll look at, maybe you have more money to put down, right? So you can put down more money. So this program, the way I understand it, is an FHA loan. So your traditional 3.5% down. It is not in a down payment assistance program, but it is a loan for people who have a hard time getting a loan. So you have to put your 3.5% down, and you have to have at least a 580 credit score. Anything lower than that, they'll take a look at, see if they can help you. But what's unusual about this program is that HUD, a HUD entity, will be on your title with you. Now, you'll own the home, you'll get the equity of the home, all that jazz, but HUD is going to sit with you on that title until you refinance. That is my understanding of this loan. But it is a great opportunity for people who have less than stellar credit, right? I went through a divorce, and my divorce killed my credit, right? Absolutely destroyed my credit. It took me forever to get my credit to go back up. Okay. I was in my early 20s and I didn't see my credit score get over 650 until my late 30s. All right. So it was pretty rough. So this is an opportunity for people who might have had a hiccup, you might got laid off, and then your credit card, you couldn't pay your credit cards, or your car got repoed or whatever. This is a method for you to be able to get actually funded for a house. So I love that. If you're interested in more information on that, I do have a lender that is working with the program. So reach out to me. I'll send you their information and go from there. I also have a few links that I can send to you. I'm not going to bug you, by the way. If you ask me to send stuff to you, I don't have time to bug you. And I also, look, there's something about me that I know all my other realtor friends are going to be like, Shalisa, So here's my thing. A lot of realtors will set you up on a CRM, which is like a customer relations thing where it's like a little database, right? And a lot of those little databases will send you automatic emails. And I hate that. I hate it so bad. I hate it when people send me automatic emails, and I know why they do it. And I get it, but I hate it. So I don't do it. So if I'm telling you I'm sending you information, it'll be me sending you the links, and it'll be a one and done. Because I'm not gonna send you on any automated emails. I can't do it. Should I? Probably. But I can't do it. Okay. All right. So we've talked about the Stream Builder program. We've talked about the Hometown Heroes, and we have given a little bit of a market update. So I feel confident enough that you guys know where we are, what's going on, what's available to you. If you are interested in any more information about it, like I said, give me a shout. We'll talk about what you need and go from there. I have met a couple of different lenders, by the way, and so they also have different programs available to them. So I'm feeling pretty confident that right now, if you come up to me and you're like, I'm a little hard to fund, I think I got some people for you. I do. I think I got some. As long as it's not like, below a 500, I think we might be able to do something. We can try. We can figure out what you need to do if we can't, right? No hurt in that. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is something that I learned last week. And oh my God, I was sitting in this class and the instructor was talking about renovation loans. All right. By the way, the instructor, his name is Vince, Mr. Renovation Neapolitan. And I am going to be doing an open house, and he will be at my open house on Saturday. We'll talk about that at the end because it's going to be an epic open house. It's an open house like I've never done before, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. I think most of the stuff for it has been taken out because my room was stacked with stuff, right? And now it's not. So we're going to talk about that stuff, though. We're going to talk about that stuff. But yeah, Jennifer, it was a great class. It was a great class. But I wish I would have known some of that beforehand. There was things that I had been told by other people were not possible. And I get told in this class, they're absolutely possible. And this is how that happens. This is how we do that. So it was a learning experience. I learned that FHA has the ability to do a renovation loan. Now, what does that mean? That means that, say you fall in love with this house, but it needs some love. It definitely needs some love, right? And with it as is, it's a little unsure of if it's going to pass FHA, right? Well, what can be done is a renovation loan. And the renovation loan, basically, it's an FHA loan, and they just change the coding on it from my understanding. And it allows you to get the work done on the home so that way you can get the loan, right? You provide the invoices for this is what's going to be done, and you're able to get the loan. I wish I would have known that. I also found out that VA does the same thing. Did not know that because from my experiences with FHA, oh, by the way, Jennifer, if you're watching, Jennifer, I know what Vince does now, right? So I can text you afterwards and tell you like, yep, I know his job. Everybody's now wondering like, who is this Vince guy and what does he do? Why didn't I know? You have to come Saturday and find out, all right? You have to be there on Saturday to find out. Anyways, I will have him on the show at one point. So we will talk to him about renovation loans in depth very, very soon. But I wish I would have known all of this before. I just got done with closing a buyer that's what they wanted to do, right? They wanted to find a home that they could make their own, right? And we did. We found a home that they can make their own. I wish I would have known it though, because we could have wrapped up what they wanted to do with the home in their loan. Did you hear me? Yeah. We could have wrapped up what they wanted to do with this home into their loan. I wish I would have known, right? But now I do, and I want everybody else to know this is an opportunity. There's a lot of older homes sitting on the market right now, and they're sitting on the market, and realtors like myself wouldn't allow them to be put as FHA homes. Like we look at the home and go, there's too many problems with this home, so it's not going to go FHA, right? FHA is going to throw it out. Well, now I know that there's an opportunity that, hey, if my buyers really like this home, they have an FHA loan, I can work with the lender to get it flipped to a renovation loan so that way they can renovate and customize the house that they love, right? They can make it into what they want. And I am so stinking excited, right? So excited by this. Like I said, oh, I got big things coming. So this Saturday, I will be doing an open house from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 4820 Ironwood Trail. Now, this might sound familiar to some of you because I have done an open house at this house. Matter of fact, I did a whole historical series on this house, right? It is on my Instagram, this historical series of how this house came into be, right? It is one of my favorite homes. And the fact that it's still on the market screams, right? Because this thing is so freaking cool. One of the things that this house has that I'm surprised that it hasn't sold. One of the things that this house has is it has a propane tank that is buried in the yard. All right. I think it's 500 gallons. I know that this propane tank is hooked up to a generator. And if that propane tank is completely full, that generator will run the house for 7 days. Here in Florida, that is amazing. We have hurricanes that knock out power for like weeks on end, right? So you have a propane tank that'll run the fridge and the AC together? What? Holy crap. I'm in, right? So this house has that kind of stuff, but it's outdated, right? It has burgundy carpets. So people are thinking, it's outdated. So what we're going to do this Saturday is and Vince has, we have gone to different home centers and we have picked up a bunch of samples, a bunch of flooring samples, countertop samples. We have paint samples. We have mock-ups. We have everything. We are turning this home into your very own design center. And he's going to be there to tell you how you can get a loan to customize this house into what you want. And when I tell you this house is gorgeous, this house is already gorgeous, right? Cedar planks on the outside. I swear to you, again, I don't understand why this house is still sold, but you guys got to come. All right. We also have this giveaway. I have a toolbox with a bunch of goodies inside of it that when you register at the open house, you'll register to win this toolbox. So my lovelies, I need you to come see me this weekend. All right. The flyer is on my Facebook page, so go see it from there. I will also put the flyer into the description, or the address into the description of this once we're done. So that way, if you're interested in being there, I would love to see you. I would also love to show you all the things. I am so stinking excited about this. So stinking excited. So hope to see you guys. And Jennifer, yes, I will definitely give you a call. All right. All right, my lovelies. We now know that Hometown Heroes is open. And if you qualify for under the certain jobs, right, you can have Hometown Hero money. It runs out. So what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and find that lender today, right? We're going to find that lender. And if you don't have a lender, who are you going to call? You're going to call me. You're going to call me, DM me. I don't care, right? If you need to like send carrier pigeons, I will accept carrier pigeons, all right? But I need you to know it's important that you got to sign up for Hometown Hero money today, and that's through a lender. So you need to go ahead and get that process started. Dream Builders is for low credit, and I would love to talk to you more about that. So if it's something that you're like, I can't do this right now because my credit's so bad, let's talk. Let's talk about this Dream Builder program and see if we can make that work for you, because I am 110% behind having your own home. I see every single day people reaching out to different realtors about, oh, I've been renting this house for, 3 years now, and all of a sudden he wants to sell it. The owner wants to sell it. Now I've got to be out in 30 days. What am I going to do? Right? Owning your own home, you don't worry about that, right? As long as you're making the payment, you don't worry about that. And I am a big, big advocate on home stability. Home stability it's what sets you up for success. All right. It sets you up for success. And every family needs that. So I want to get you into your own home. I don't want you to have to worry about whether or not the seller of or the owner of your rental property is going to sell your home. So let's do that. Then the other thing is, of course, this design center, renovation loans, open house that I'm doing, and what are we going to do with the home that you're going to buy, right? How are we going to make that your own? So come see me on Saturday. Again, it's 4820 Ironwood Trail in Bartow, and it's a gorgeous house already, but it's a little outdated. So we're going to show you how to customize it and make it your own. All right, my lovelies. All right. You got any questions? You know where to find me. As always, be happy, be safe, and know that I love you. Because if people can hate for no reason, I can love you for no reason. All right, my lovelies. I'll see you next time.